When the Carolina Panthers host the Cleveland Browns week 1 of the regular season, Baker Mayfield might get a chance to see his old buddies as QB1 of the Panthers out there. The team expected to roll with Baker as their starter out of the gate. Of course, things are kind of trending that way for quite some time. Both Mayfield and the incumbent there, Sam Darnold, did split first-team reps during camp, but it seems like Mayfield has kind of pulled away a bit here. Last week, Matt Rule commending Mayfield's progress in the offense after just 10 days of training camp, calling it pretty impressive. Taking a look in that preseason one against the Commanders there, Mayfield just 4 of 7 for 45 yards, leading them to a 13-play opening drive that finished with a field goal, but Darnold able to come away with the lone touchdown between the two QBs. All right, to talk more on this, Ryan Wilson back on HQ. And Ryan, of course, Baker Mayfield expected to be the starting quarterback. No surprise there considering they traded for him from Cleveland. But what do you expect this offense to look like now that he most likely will be QB1 come week 1?
Right, Brandon. It should be more consistent. That was the whole plan by acquiring Baker Mayfield. Look, don't forget, the Carolina Panthers were in on the Deshaun Watson deal. They tried to make a trade for him. It didn't work out. So they wanted to fix the QB position a year after trading for Sam Darnold and giving up a second-round pick in the process, and also having to pay Sam Darnold $18+ million a year. They've taken on some of that similar contract with Baker Mayfield in the deal they made with the Browns earlier this year. And again, he brings stability. Now, you might say, well, if you watch Baker last year in the final month of the season in Cleveland, it was anything but stable. I think that was the confluence of events, starting with the head coach, starting with some injuries, including Baker's shoulder injury. He appears to be healthy now, and I think when you have the pieces around him, which is the case in 2020 with the Cleveland Browns, can lean on a running game, can lean on the defense, he has a chance for success. You might also point out that the Panthers managed 5 wins last year, but that defense is young. It's getting better. That offense does have a running game when Christian McCaffrey is healthy, and they have some semblance of a team that is improving. They drafted Ike Ekwonu along the offensive line to help there, and he will start the season most likely at left tackle. So, again, pieces are coming into place. They also play in a division that's not quite as competitive as the AFC North. So it makes sense. I think Baker's done just about everything he's needed to do to earn that job, while Sam Darnold, who has not been bad this preseason, by the way, isn't nearly as consistent as what Matt Rule is looking for, and that's what Baker gives him.
You mentioned consistency as the number one thing when it comes to Baker and what this offense will look like. But let's get into the season. How long is that leash for Baker here? Are we thinking 6 weeks? They do have a bye week 13, or will they ride this out the whole year with Baker as QB1?
It's hard to envision a situation where Baker's not the starter if he's playing at replacement level or better in terms of the production we see on the field. Sam Darnold just it's never come together for him. In New York with the Jets, we made excuses about the coaching staff and the players around him and the organization. In Carolina last year, we made excuses because it was his first year, but it just hasn't worked. He was a top 5 pick, and he has yet to play that way. Baker was the first overall pick, and we've seen flashes of just how good he can be. Now, P.J. Walker's also on the roster. He'll play a lot in this preseason game, and also Matt Corral, their third-round pick. And it's actually sort of curious that they decided to draft Corral with that third rounder with so many other needs, with the understanding they're going to go up for another veteran quarterback, whether it's going to be Deshaun Watson or in this case Baker Mayfield. So I think this is Baker's job. And that assurance, whether implicit or otherwise, probably will give Baker the confidence he lacked at times last year because there were so many other distractions going on in Cleveland.
P.J. Walker's still there too, Ryan. I'm just saying he still might, win it all. We never know. It's a chance. P.J. Walker has a chance out there in Carolina. I'm just saying. All right.
I gave him a shout out.
All right. We'll see how that pans out, of course.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.